Good morning. On behalf of the class of 2010, I welcome our families, friends, faculty, and community to share in our happiness as we begin our graduation ceremonies. At this time, I would ask that everyone bow their heads in an attitude of prayer. We pray for the power to be gentle, the strength to be forgiving, the patience to be understanding, and the endurance to accept the consequences of holding to what we believe to be right. May we put our trust in the power of good to overcome evil and the power of love to overcome hatred. We pray for the vision to see and the faith to believe in a world emancipated from violence, a new world where fear shall no longer lead men to commit injustice, nor selfishness make them bring suffering to others. Help us to devote our whole life and thought and energy to the task of making peace, praying always for the inspiration and the power to fulfill the destiny for which we and all men were created. We would like to offer our thanks and prayers to the men and women of our military, our world leaders as they strive for peace and understanding, our friends and family who love us and help us to achieve our goals and future successes, and the faculty and staff of Farmington High School for all they have done for us. Amen. It is my pleasure to introduce Eric Kuehl, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I have the honor of introducing Stephanie Revels and Mariah Pelkey to sing our national anthem.
To introduce fellow classmate Shane Levesque, who will present our welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Much better response than yesterday. We have a long day ahead of us, so I'm going to try and make this fun. I am honored to be standing in front of everyone on one of the proudest days of our lives. Today, the senior class of 2010 will be graduating from Farmington High School. Today is the day we write our own books, create our own tales, and become our very own person. I remember moving here freshman year, and I did not know anyone. I'll tell you what, that is a scary feeling. The third day of high school came around, and I met someone who ended up being my cousin. I now get to graduate with my cousin and best friend, Matt McGuigan. A week into my freshman year, I was switched into a math class, and I remember my first words to my classmates, "Mary, you're going to break Eric's buttons." I never thought I would be up here graduating from my new home here at Farmington High School. When sophomore year came around, my sister was graduating, and I said to myself, wow, That is going to be our class in 2 years. Tell you what, those 2 years flew by quick. At that very moment, I wondered what we will be doing after we graduate. Now I know. The class of 2010 will become doctors, teachers, influential speakers, and I know one will become a bodybuilder. The scariest moments of high school did not happen until now, when you have to get your cap and gown, go to graduation practices, stand up for last chapel, and get your diploma on graduation day. You begin to feel a gut-wrenching feeling in your stomach when the clock ticks down to these last 2 days. We would not have been able to do this without our friends, family, and community. The proudest moments of my life have come from being a member of this class. Those memories are very special, like the time we beat the seniors in Winter Carnival, when we raised over $2,000 in our penny sale, and when the Los Senoritos were cheered on by the senior class and the community. I remember everyone screaming their lungs out for the D3 volleyball champs, and Tabby Whitehouse for continuing the Whitehouse legacy of scoring over 1,000 points in basketball. Can we ever forget the fellas? Especially when all of us made a calendar. We tried to adopt a manatee named Umsk, or for making Mrs. Ham laugh every day. I will never forget Carlson cheering me up and cracking jokes about each other. David Martin has always been a DJ, even when he was never asked. Cody Healy has been one of the best point guards in the state. Matt Lambert scored a hat trick +1 against Newt for the soccer team's very first win in 2 to 3 years. Stephen Jablonski always bringing in peanut butter fudge, and when Mrs. Langlois fell out of her rolly chair. The funniest times making movies at the Kuehl's house, and also being afraid of getting a new principal. It's kind of like getting a new stepdad. Everyone has someone in high school to look up to, and someone that has always been there to help them through high school. My mentor for high school has been Miss Howard. I'm sure for some of you, she has also been your mentor too. She has always pushed me to work hard and achieve great things. For those of you that know me, I love to debate. She is one of the few teachers that put up with it. I would debate every topic that came up, and I haven't shut up yet. She has always put a smile on my face, and she has contributed greatly to this community. The final thing I would like to say is that I've had a great time with this class, and they have been a second family to me. I will miss every one of you dearly, and I am glad to have been here with you. We welcome you to celebrate our Tiger Pride here at graduation. It is my pleasure to welcome my best friend and senior class president, Mary BLOECHL, to give the presidential address. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you all for coming here today to celebrate the graduation of the class of 2010. Finally, all of our hard work and dedication is paying off. Here we are, preparing to leave Farmington High School. We have all been counting down to this day, but now that it's here, we realize that leaving is a lot harder than we thought. I can't believe the next time we walk through these halls, we will be alumni. Now we can look back on the stressful times, struggling to finish our chemistry homework, hoping the book Mrs. Capello assigned is on SparkNotes, and making sure our binders are all together for health class. And we look back on the times we will never forget, winning Winter Carnival twice, taking ridiculous pictures of the guys at senior prank night, and senior skip day at the beach. From all these experiences, stressful, memorable, or otherwise, we have become the adults you see here today, prepared to embark on our own futures. Farmington High School has taught us many lessons, beyond simply how to distract a teacher by talking about golf. We've learned that as we grow older, we will always experience changes that we must adjust to. This year we were presented with a new principal. Though many of us here were sad Mr. Lee wouldn't stay one more year just for us, Mr. O'Rourke has done a wonderful job. We were surprised at how quickly he adjusted to our much smaller high school, and glad that he finally learned we didn't really want to hear his stories about Spalding or how big and cool his boat is. We would also like to thank Mrs. Tatro. She deserves a great deal of credit for her role in providing stability and support to us all, especially during this past year. Most importantly this year, we have learned how essential friendships really are. I could never have made it this far without the love and support that my friends have given me. It is here where we have made friendships we will cherish for the rest of our lives. Though we may lose touch one day, the friends we've made will always be there for us to call up, reminisce, and share a laugh. From here, we will all go on our own separate paths, but memories of the times we've had here will always hold us together. In our futures, if we become too stressed, we can think back on these days and smile. I will never forget buying a fella's calendar and t-shirt to help them adopt their manatee, or coming up with ridiculous taglines with Eric for the morning announcements, or going to all the sporting events to cheer on the Tigers. I would like to thank my family for always supporting me. I would like to thank my classmates for making high school the amazing experience it has been. And I would like to thank the faculty for motivating us to excel and be the best we can be. I would especially like to thank Mrs. Dimmick and Mrs. Langlois for being the best class advisors that we could have asked for. You have always been there to help and guide us. To all of you, I wish you the best of luck and to continue to work hard in all your endeavors. As you leave here today, in the words of Henry David Thoreau, go confidently in the direction of your dreams and live the life you have imagined. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce the Class of 2010 salutatorian, Kayla MORIN, to present the salutatory address.
Good morning. I would like to thank you all for coming and also to say to my fellow classmates, we did it. It's hard to believe that this group of soon-to-be graduates were once 3.5 feet tall and terrified of first grade. Now those same feelings fill our stomachs with butterflies as we pass from high school to college. Not long ago, we were wondering what high school would be like. Are the teachers really as scary as everyone's told us? Will we really have that much homework? And what do you mean we don't have recess? Now those same feelings are back. For the past 4 years, college has been light years away, and now it's here. I know it's a cliche, but time really does fly when you're having fun, and we've had a lot of fun here at Farmington High School. Pie Day with Mr. Lambert, playing Civ with Mr. Roberts, Crepe Day with Mrs. Ham, and telling jokes with Mr. Wims. Not only have we had a lot of fun, but we've learned a lot of lessons. Being on time to class is not a skill you will only use in school. It's a skill you will need in the workforce as well. And sometimes it really is beneficial to pay attention to what someone says. You may need that information in life or on Jeopardy, who knows? And maybe it was a good idea to hand that paper in on time, because not everyone will be willing to accept late work. In addition to those lessons, Farmington has given us lifelong memories, and a fair few of those memories have been made right here in this school. If you've ever seen teachers teaching, you know that Gail Goodwin's quote of, "Good teaching is 1/4 preparation and 3/4 pure theater," is absolutely true. Teachers that talk with their hands, their gestures associated with topics, and mispronunciations become a long-standing joke. Not to mention the range of facial expressions that appear on Mrs. Ham's face when Matt and Cody are in the same room together. You get the picture. A number of us may never return to Farmington, so it will be those memories that remind us of our childhood home. Having these happy memories will make the next chapter of our life so much more bearable. These memories and little life lessons will help us get through the easy and not so easy times in college. When things seem to be sliding downhill faster than you can catch up with them, remember the support system that has been here in Farmington. No matter how awful things seem to be, the residents of Farmington will always be ready to give you that push back up. Despite the way we all gripe and complain, we really do love it here. Knowing that Farmington is such a wonderful, supportive community will make college life so much better. Your volunteering and chaperoning and even coaching our 500 sports teams has meant more to us than you can know. The sense of family within the community is overwhelming. Many of us have been at each other's homes so often that their parents have become our second family. The faith you all have in us will bolster our own self-confidence and courage. If we didn't have self-confidence and courage, we would not be here. It is these two qualities that have taught us how to take our successes and our failures and look at them as constructive criticism. Confidence and courage are what will help us make future life-altering decisions. Do I want to pursue a graduate degree? Do I want to leave home? Am I ready to start a family of my own? In order to do these things, we need to have confidence and we have to work hard, because the best things in life won't just appear. You have to work for them, and having courage will make that work so much easier. Raymond Lindquist once said that courage is the power to let go of the familiar, and as we leave high school, that sentiment takes on new meaning. We need our courage now more than ever. We have many courageous people to thank for where we are today. If it were not for women's rights activists, we young ladies would not be allowed to attend college. And if Henry Ford had never made the Model T, we might still be walking or riding horses. And had Woody never said, "Reach for the sky," would you still have the courage to do so? They had the courage to do what was believed to be impossible, and we will too. I would like to take this time to give some very deserving thank yous. First, to Mr. O'Rourke. We know it had to be difficult transferring from such a large school to Farmington, but you've been really great. And to Mrs. Tatro for putting up with our misbehavior and drama and never holding it against us. You've been our peacekeeper for the past 4 years. To Mrs. Dimmick and Mrs. Langlois for being the best class advisors we could ask for. You've helped us to work together as a class so we could win Winter Carnival, twice. Thank you for helping us to accomplish everything these past 4 years. And to the Farmington High School staff, you've taught us just about everything we might never remember, but that's okay, because though we may forget the material, we'll never forget the teachers that we had in high school. I would also like to thank my parents for never letting me get away with anything. While I hated the all-knowing eyes in the back of the head parent powers when I was little, I realize now how beneficial they were. I would like to ask my fellow seniors to give a round of applause to their own parents. Lastly, to thank our friends, perhaps the most important group of people in your life. Friends are the family you choose for yourself. It would be impossible to survive high school without them. Friends share your memories, your classes, your secrets, and your life. I'm not quite sure how we'll make it in college without each other. Though we may not see each other for years to come, remember that you were never forgotten, because the good times are hard to forget. To the senior class and any underclassmen in the audience, I leave you with these parting words. Remember the past, live for today, and dream for tomorrow, because it's the dreams that make you who you are, not your clothes, your car, your grades, but your personality and virtues that make you stand out. I wish you all the best of luck and hope you are successful in whatever you do. Thank you. The class of 2010 is proud to introduce our valedictorian, Emily Reinauer, to present her valedictory address.
Welcome staff, administrators, family, and friends to the class of 2010's graduation. Graduation is a time of completion, of finishing, of an ending. However, it is also a time of celebration, of achievement, and a beginning for the new graduate. We are here today to celebrate the accomplishments we made during these past 4 years as we leave the comfort of Farmington High School and the familiarity of our small community. Today we sit here as confident young adults ready to enter the next stage of our lives, whatever it may be. The diploma that you will receive today will be the key that opens many doors for you in your future, whether you are heading to college, the workforce, or the military. Today we sit here among friends, many of whom we have known since kindergarten. We entered the doors of Farmington High School as freshmen who were unfazed by the taunts of the upperclassmen and ready to make our mark on the school. The camaraderie amongst this class has made the transition into high school easier and set the tone for our next 4 years together. Even if you arrived in the middle of your high school career, the friendliness of this small community made you feel right at home. It was easy to jump right in and get involved. Being a part of such a close-knit community made Farmington High School an easy place to make friends and form close bonds with teachers. Whether you needed help with schoolwork or just some caring advice, a helping hand was never out of reach. The closeness of our school and of our class has helped us through the bad times, but has also let us come together to celebrate the good times, which were never in short supply. During our time at Farmington High School, our class has celebrated many proud accomplishments. After nearly upsetting the senior class during Winter Carnival our freshman year, we became incredibly determined and worked together to win Winter Carnival as sophomores, leaving the other classes in disbelief. Come senior prank that year, We did not become discouraged by the sophomore stink toilet in the front lobby or the fact that our plaque disappeared for many months. It only made us more proud, and we proved that we were unshaken by finishing off our senior year with yet another victory. During our time here, our sports teams have shown that if you put in the necessary effort and time, you can truly achieve your desired result. Many of our sports teams made the school proud once again by becoming playoff contenders. We also got to witness our volleyball team, which many of our classmates were an important part of, finally win a volleyball state championship, which brought our school and community an immense amount of pride. More sports history was made with the formation of the first girls soccer team, which I and some of my classmates were proud to be a part of. These accomplishments would not have been possible without the constant support and hard work of staff, parents, the community, and students alike. Do not lose this spirit and ambition to do great, and let us continue to challenge ourselves in our future endeavors. In our senior year, we truly came together as a class as we said farewell to Mr. Lee, who guided us through our first 3 years of high school, and welcomed our new principal, Mr. O'Rourke, into our school. His upbeat personality and sense of humor was a perfect match for our class. He supported our class wholeheartedly and even went as far as to don basketball shorts and take on a 6-foot-plus Harlem Rocket to help us earn much-needed funds. Never has our class become more enthusiastic or more as a team than during our senior prank. When other schools would have been discouraged after spending ridiculous amounts of money at the Dollar Tree, only to be locked outside in the rain, we took that as a challenge and did the best with what we had, which was chalk, balloons, and a lot of caution tape. We will always look back proudly at our toll booth, which exceeded all our expectations and brought amusement to many. As we gather here today, let us take the time to thank everyone who has helped us reach this point. Let us thank our teachers who guided us and encouraged us, but always made sure to challenge us and push us to do our best. As senioritis was in full effect and our complaining reached its boiling point, you did not let up because you knew our potential. You kept us on track when it was most important. You helped us become good citizens as well as good students. Your support and direction prepared us for this day, and I know that whatever our future holds, you have given us all the skills necessary to succeed. Let us especially thank our advisors, Mrs. Dimmick and Ms. Langlois, who went above and beyond for our class, worked tirelessly so we could have a memorable prom and senior banquet. Also, without the encouragement of our family, who have supported us in all of our endeavors, whether it be academics, sports, or other extracurricular activities, we could not have made it this far. Finally, we can be thankful for each other. The friendships we have made at Farmington High School will last a lifetime. These friendships we have had, along with the new ones we created along the way, have made these 4 years at Farmington High School very memorable. We can all learn something about teamwork and loyalty from the eternal bond of the fellas, who have showed us what being a friend really means. These friendships were an essential part of our high school career. Without the support and encouragement of our friends, many of us would have found it impossible to reach our goals and make it to this point. I hope the bonds that you created will continue to be there for you as you leave the safety of Farmington High School and enter the real world as a young adult. I would like to leave you with a quote by the author Mitch Albom, which expresses a message I encourage you to take with you when you leave here today. The way you get meaning into your life is to devote yourself to loving others, devote yourself to your community around you, and devote yourself to creating something that gives you purpose and meaning. I hope as you venture out into the next phase of your life, you keep your tiger spirit and sense of community that you have gained from your time at Farmington High School. Take the lessons you have learned with you, find your passion, and use your talents to make a positive change wherever you may go. Stay involved and leave a mark on your community like you have done here at Farmington High School. Thank you.
I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Lee.
Well, good morning, Farmington High School. It's kind of fun to be back home. You guys stole half of my speech. But anyway, we'll get through this. School administration, Farmington, Middleton School Board members, faculty, parents, guests, friends, and of course, class of 2010. Welcome, and am I glad to be here. I'm very proud and honored to have been invited to address your class. Actually, it's quite humbling. I'm a little nervous right now, believe it or not. I've done this how many times, and I'm nervous. Because it's different. I'm not reading a script, and I'll share why. I'm so computer literate, you'd love it. Last time I gave a speech at graduation, I was a senior in high school. I read it, word for word, and left 2 lines out. So, I'm not reading this one word for word, so let's see what happens. I've had the pleasure to watch most of these young people up here battle the challenges of growing up. I've heard cheers and venting. I've seen cheers and tears, meltdowns, happiness, comedy. I've had a lot of pep talks and a whole lot of casual discussion. And for whatever reason, you guys called me up and want to hear more. When Mary invited me to speak, I thought, wow, I have so much to share. But after 5 different drafts, it just wasn't coming together. And then yesterday morning, as I was putting this together for the last time, up on the screen it pops, do you want to save this? I didn't have time to save it. So guess what? Gone. I bet some of you heard me. Anyway, I also realized that I have about 8 minutes to share what I'm going to share, because you're not going to listen after a while. You're going to lose your focus, because the only thing you really want is a diploma. So I was challenged. So I did a little research, and I found a graduation speech that Bill Gates gave called Preparation for Life After High School. He presented it to Mount Whitney High School in a small town in California. So I'll share just a couple excerpts, because this isn't what I wanted to share, but the first thing he says is, life's not fair. Get used to it. Yeah. And then he ends it up saying, be nice to nerds. Chances are you're going to be working for one. Well, that's not what I was looking for, and I kept reading and researching, and I found another thing written by George Carlin, of all people. And it's called A Wonderful Message. And it starts out this way. The paradox of our time in history is that we have taller buildings, but shorter tempers, wider freeways, but narrower viewpoints. We spend more, but we have less. We buy more, but enjoy less. We have bigger homes, but smaller families, more conveniences, but less time. And it goes on and on. Well, it was so philosophical, I said, take 3 years to figure all this out. But it motivated me to convey some of my beliefs, as simple as they're going to be, that might make a difference in your lives as you carve out your legacies. But before I get started, there are some special people that have influenced every student up here, and they need to be recognized. And this is the part they stole already, but it's always worth it, is one, your parents. Your parents have been your guiding lights, have provided tough love, had expectations of you, and developed trust in you. They wanted more for you than they had. And then the second group is, or are, that inspirational person who calmed your storms, listened to your woes of conflict, re-energized you when you had to get back on track again, and of course, your teachers. One student wrote me an essay a couple of years ago, which I saved. Don't know why, but I'll share an excerpt. If I didn't have the teachers I have, there's no doubt I would not have made it. My teachers are really supportive and caring. I couldn't ask for a better family. I ask every person up here to take a special moment later and personally thank them. But right now, I'm going to ask you as a class to stand up and give those groups a collective thank you, because they're really your heroes. They really are. Let's get up and give them a nice hand. And thank you for doing that for me. Every day, no matter how small or how insignificant it may seem, do something special for someone else. It may be as simple as opening a door, saying good morning, saying thank you, just letting somebody go first, or it may be as complex as assisting someone in need or performing a community service. The message: be caring, be thankful. It's contagious, it's free, and you'll definitely feel better about yourself. My second message: take time to do something for you every day. Your time, your space, your world. Doesn't take much time, but it could be as simple as taking a walk, participating in a hobby, meditating, maybe taking a nap. But again, the message is, you're important. Take you time, and you'll likely feel better as well. Message 3, your health is important. It's your motor. Today, we hear about unhealthy lifestyles through the media and the impact it has on one's well-being. Since January, I have not missed many days of going to the gym, something I couldn't really do. I know I've seen some of the faces out there and they're smiling. But it amazes me to see who's there. I've seen people in wheelchairs. I've seen people with O2 tanks, ages 18 to 80. It's amazing what they're doing with their time because they recognize the importance. I see kids who were inactive in high school in physical education, but now they have personal trainers. They've changed their eating habits. They're recognizing what has to be done. I even see some kids bringing their folks to the gym. And that's healthy. It's easy to do nothing, and it's harder to do something. But something is better than nothing. The message: your health impacts personal performance. And yes, you will feel better. I think you're starting to get it. Message 4. During the past year, I have spoken literally with dozens and dozens of Farmington High School graduates. They range from tradesmen to laborers to techies to health care providers to law enforcement personnel and stay-home moms and dads. And they all share the same message with me. I'm going back to school. I'm finishing my program. I need more training. The message is very, very clear. Learning is lifelong. It's never too late to learn something. And yes, do it. You will feel better. And last, it's one of my favorite quotes, comes from the NCAA and ESPN Sports Network. The quote is, there are more than 400,000 student athletes, and just about every one of them will go pro in something other than sports. The message: you must work hard and take care of business at whatever you do, because someone else is competing for the same thing you are. And rest assured, they're working hard too. Maybe harder. As you've heard me say 100 times in the past, what's your goal? What's your plan? I leave you with this closing thought taken from Mr. Curran's quote board, your freshman year. And it goes like this: a goal is a dream with a deadline. Stay the course, persevere, don't procrastinate. You may hit the wall. Pick yourself up again and again and again, and just keep trying. Achieve your goals, because when you achieve goals, you definitely feel great about who you are. I wish every person in this class lifelong success. I congratulate the class of 2010 for their achievements in achieving the level of proficiency expected to take the next step in life's adventure. You guys have some huge, huge challenges ahead of you, the way the world spins today, but if you don't work at it, you won't go forward. Good luck to all of you, and it's been a ball seeing all of you. It really has. Thank you.
Now I would like to call up Mr. O'Rourke for the awards to seniors.
I am honored to be presenting the awards and the scholarships this morning, and I'd like to ask Ms. Tatro to come to the podium and help present these awards. First award is for the class valedictorian, Emily Reinauer. The second award is for the class salutatorian, Kayla MORIN. The next four awards are senior honors for four-year honor roll, all 16 quarters. First award, Maria Kuehl. The second award goes to ADELE Jones. Stephanie Revels. The last of the four awards goes to a student who all 16 quarters made high honors, Emily Reinauer. The next award is the Faculty Award. The Faculty Award is presented to an unsung hero of the senior class. It is the student who's always there pitching in and helping and receiving very little recognition. It is the unselfishness that makes this award very special. This year, the recipient of the Faculty Award is presented to Eric Kuehl. Most Improved Senior. To a student who has demonstrated the most and steadiest personal growth, academic growth, and overall citizenship throughout their 4 years of high school with the primary benchmark based on their GPA. The Most Improved Student for this class, Amanda Marcotte. Now the Scholarship Awards. The Beulah Perkins Scholarship Fund was established on May 4th, 1992, on the occasion that Miss Thayer's 80th birthday by her friends in recognition of her generosity and dedication to the community affairs and her strong commitment to excellence in the education for the youth of Farmington. A $1,000 scholarship is awarded annually to the member of the senior class at Farmington High School who exemplifies Miss Thayer's fine attributes and has attained academic excellence, exhibited high moral standards, and has demonstrated a strong desire to further their education. This year's scholarship is presented to Stephanie Revels. The Women's Club Scholarship has 2 recipients this year. The Women's Club Scholarship was established in 1995. This $500 award was created to recognize the student or students who best emulate the club's goals and philosophy. Those qualities include character, integrity, involvement in activities, willingness to serve others, and an appreciation of education. The first recipient is Shannon Vaughn. The second recipient is Kayla Morin. The Esther Parsley Scholarship was created in 2005 on the occasion of Miss Parsley's retirement following over 34 years of dedicated service to the Farmington school system. This is an award presented to a graduate whose intention is to major in elementary education. This year's recipient of the $500 scholarship is Tabitha Whitehouse. The Abraham Bertman Charity Trust Scholarship is awarded in special recognition of Judge Eugene Newt, who has served on the Board of Trustees of the Bertman Charity Trust for many years. We would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to Judge Newt for his many years of dedicated service to our community. This scholarship supports his value of service. I am pleased to present this $500 award to Eric Kuehl. The Farmington High School Faculty Scholarship was established in 2001. This award was created to recognize a well-rounded student with academic inclination. This year, I am pleased to present a $500 award to Mary BLOECHL. The Memorial Drive PTA Scholarship has 2 recipients this year. The Memorial Drive PTA Scholarship annually gives a scholarship to an individual who demonstrates through his or her high school career a desire to enter the teaching profession. The scholarship is supported through the various fundraising activities of the PTA in the elementary school and the generosity of the parents of Farmington students. The first award of $750 goes to Tabitha Whitehouse. The second award goes to Elizabeth Spalding. The Mike Lee Scholarship was established in 1998 on the occasion of Mike Lee's retirement from coaching after 20 years of service to the Farmington community. This award is given to a male or female athlete who will continue participation at the college level, has displayed leadership, dedication, and perseverance. This year, I am pleased to present a $500 scholarship to Shannon Vaughn. Farmington Teachers Association is pleased to once again present a scholarship to a student who will be entering the field of education. This year's award of $300 is presented to Matt McGuigan. The Ricky Taylor Lord Scholarship is given in memory of a dear friend and classmate of the class of 1992. His zest, exhilaration, and love for the outdoors will long be remembered. This year, I am pleased to present Matt Lambert with a $650 award. The Thomas A. Willard Memorial Scholarship was established in the memory of Thomas A. Willard, who was killed in action in Vietnam on June 18, 1969. This award is given to a Farmington High School graduate who has participated in school activities and sports and is an exemplary citizen and has been accepted for college admission. This year, I am pleased to present a $500 award to Maria Kuehl. The Pamela Cameron Memorial Award has 2 recipients this year. The Pamela Cameron Memorial Award is awarded annually to a young man or woman who exemplifies the fine attributes of Miss Cameron, such as demonstrating compassion for others, work ethic, community involvement, and the maintenance of academic excellence. This year, 2 $500 awards are going to be awarded. The first recipient, Kaylin Daniels. And the second scholarship goes to Caitlin Jolly. The Kayla Hussey Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is awarded in memory of Kayla Hussey, who was a member of the class of 2007. Kayla was in 6th grade when she lost her courageous battle with cancer. This year, a $250 award is being presented in her honor to Matt Lambert. The J.T. Lamontier Scholarship was established during the summer of 2007. This scholarship is awarded to a senior who is a member of the varsity boys basketball team and is accepted to an institution of higher learning. This year's $500 scholarship is awarded to Chad Jeffrey. The Alan Mouse Hager Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship was established the winter of 2001 by some of his closest friends in recognition for his love of outdoor activities, sense of humor, participation in school activities and sports, and his ability to be a leader. This year, I am pleased to present a $500 scholarship to Shane Levesque. The Nicholas Currier Memorial Scholarship. This award was established in 2007 in memory of Nick Currier, a member of the class of 2004. This award is given to a graduate who will continue their education with the trades. On behalf of the Currier family, I am proud to award Jason Courtney a $500 scholarship. The Annie Edgerly Thayer Art Prize. This award was originally established in 1958 by Annie Edgerly Thayer. Miss Thayer was a civic-minded, devoted community member who actively supported education and the arts. This monetary prize is presented to a senior who has demonstrated the genuine interest and initiative in promoting their ability in the arts. I am pleased to award Emily Reinauer $500 scholarship. At this time, I will present Dollars for Scholar scholarships for Miss Mary Barron, President of the Farmington chapter of Dollars for Scholars. There are 3 recipients this year of $500. First recipient, Maria Kuehl. The next recipient, Matt Lambert. The last recipient, Stephanie Revels. The Vivian L. Cormier Scholarship. This $2,500 award is given in memory of Vivian L. Cormier. Ms. Cormier faced numerous hardships for most of her life and endured to receive her bachelor's degree in business administration at the age of 57. This scholarship serves in honor of her memory by helping a resilient student in a similar-like situation. I am proud to award this $2,500 scholarship to Molly Flanagan. There are several other scholarships awarded previous to graduation. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge and commend these students. When I call your name, please stand. Eric Kuehl. Eric has received the NHTI Unique Scholarship totaling $1,000. Michelle Tran. Michelle Tran has received the scholarship from the University of New England totaling $30,000 for her 4 years of college. Kaylin Daniels. Kaylin has received the Franklin Pierce University Provost Scholarship totaling $60,000. Maria Kuehl. Maria Kuehl has received the Fisher Cat Scholarship totaling $2,500, the University of New England Nor'easter Scholarship totaling $6,700, and the University of New England Merit Scholarship totaling $64,000. Kayla Morin. Kayla has received a personal grant totaling $10,000. She has also received the Washington Merit Scholarship. When all said and done, total scholarship will reach $110,000. At this time, I would like to call Ms. Tatro, Mr. Dickey, School Board Chair, Ms. Vaughn, Ms. Dimmick, Ms. Langlois, and Mr. Lee to the podium to present diplomas.
Cody Allen Healy. Emily Jean Reinauer. Mary Catherine BLOECHL. Matthew Todd McGuigan. Tabitha Lynn Whitehouse. Shannon Lee Vaughn. Sarah Elizabeth Reynolds. Matthew David Lambert. Shane Christian Levette. Eric Christopher Kuehl. Kylie Michelle Weber. Maria Christina Kuehl. Stephanie Ray Revels. Adele Marie Jones. Michelle Lynn Tran. Joshua Everett Carlson. Kayla Michelle Morin. Molly Christine Flanagan. Danielle Elizabeth Havner. Cody Thomas Rushello. Heaven Lee Lamontagne. Jessica Lynn Melanson. Chanel Newell Newton. Jenna Abigail Van Dorn. Kaylin Justine Daniels. Haley Allison Long. Melissa Elizabeth Mary Mills. Mariah Lynn Byron. Samantha Lee McDaniels. Miranda Lee Hillsgrove. Haley Anna Newton. Jason Earl Courtney. Tyler Robert Edward Emerson. Caitlin Elizabeth Jolly. Tina Savvy Sim. Alyssa Lynn DeGroat. Alan Philip Lowe's. Joshua Allen Thompson. Ariel Lee Provincial. Jessica Ray Therian. Alexandria Marie Brocato. Amanda Marie Huzzy. Kyle Matthew Walker. David James Martin. George Vincent Glidden. Shelby Elizabeth LaCouture. Elizabeth Aaron Spalding. Nicole Joe Weatherwax. Heather May Jagno. Erica Ann Dickey. Courtney May Manning. Alicia Marie Randall. Mariah Michelle Nicole Pelkey. Stephen Michael Jablonski. Matthew Stephen Jones. Richard Burton Pike. Richard C. Ellis. Gary Wayne Tuttle III. Jared Travis Talon. Nathan Charles Turner. Emily Ann Sanfason. John James McKenna III. Vincent Michael Lucanti. Eric Neal Rambler. Leave it to Mr. Lee, huh? Good morning, everyone. Eric Lee Nason. Holly Ann Rilovic. Jason Allen Cunningham. Mark James Dunbar. Katie Ann Rodican. Amanda Rose Marcotte. Derek Clarence Patch. Walter David Blidberg. Brock Davis Griffin. Keith Michael Burrows. Andy Ray Gray. Devin Joseph Heon. Donald Everett Howard. James E. Hill III. Lucretia Anne Marie Brochu. Reese Ballinger Ladder Doyle. Chad Dominic Jeffrey. Raymond James Bishop, Jr. Ryan Elizabeth Gray. Kayla Moody. Chelsea Punty. Nevin Richard Grondin.
By the authority granted to me by the Farmington School Board, the New Hampshire Department of Education, I confer the diplomas presented to you, the class of 2010. Congratulations.
I have the privilege of introducing fellow graduate Matthew McGuigan for the benediction.
Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for your assistance over the past 4 years, which has led us to accomplish many tasks we never thought possible. Please watch over us and continue to guide us as we leave the safety of high school behind our journey into a new chapter of our lives. Let us always remember the lessons we have learned, the friendships we have made, and the foundation of Tiger Pride, for when the jungle out there becomes too thick. We ask and thank you, bless our paths and paths of our friends and family, and help us to trust there is a reason for everything that happens in life. Please allow us to follow our dreams wherever they may lead us, but also recognize and know the way back home. Amen.